What's happening, guys? My name is Adam, aka Speedy Spectrum, and welcome back to Let's Play and Dub Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we explored the Cerulean Cave and captured the ultimate Pokemon, Mewtwo. More importantly, with Mewtwo's capture, we finally completed the Kanto Pokedex. 150 Pokemon out of 150 Pokemon. Ooh, take a look at all of those entries. It feels so satisfying to finally complete the Pokedex. However, there is still one more task for us to undertake. And that's what we'll be doing in this video. Now, technically, I could have done this after I defeated the Elite Four the first time round, but I thought I'd save the occasion until now. After you defeat the Elite Four, you will have an opportunity to catch one of the 3 legendary beasts of Johto. As for which one you capture, that depends on what starter you chose at the beginning of the game. The legendary beast you will be chasing after will have a type advantage over the starter Pokemon you chose at the beginning of the game. In my case, that will be Raikou. Alright, I'm going to take a break from the action to go into a bit more detail about the 3 legendary beasts of Johto. First, if you chose Squirtle as your starter Pokemon, like me, you will encounter Raikou. Number 243 in the Pokedex, Raikou is the legendary beast of Thunder, meaning that it's an electric type. The first thing that jumps out about Raikou is its stats. With a speed and special attack of 115, Raikou is one of the best special attackers in the game, period. And not only are its offenses good, but it's also got a special defense stat of 100. So Raikou can shrug off special hits and then strike back with impunity. This got even better in Generation 4 when it received Aura Sphere, giving it a little bit more type coverage. But things aren't all rainbows and unicorns for Raikou. It does have 2 weaknesses that hold it back. For starters, its move pool is a little on the shallow end. It doesn't really learn much in the way of diversity, but in Raikou's defense, all it really needs is Thunderbolt. This does mean it has difficulty in fighting ground types, unless you have an ice type hidden power, that is. But as long as you can get past that, Raikou is an amazing Pokemon. Next up is Entei. Number 244 in the Pokedex, Entei is the legendary beast of Flame, meaning it's a fire type. Entei appears if you chose Bulbasaur as your starter Pokemon. Entei's best stats are its HP, physical attack, and speed. And I find that rather odd, because fire Pokemon are typically special attackers, and its move pool reflects this. It can learn attacks like Sunny Day, Fire Blast, and Solar Beam, which seems good for type coverage, until you realize that Entei's move pool really doesn't take advantage of its stats. Furthermore, its stat distribution is rather poor compared to the other 2 beasts. Granted, Entei did get a lot better in Generation 6 when it received Sacred Fire, but here it's probably the least useful of the trio. Finally, we have number 245 in the Pokedex, and that is Suicune, the legendary beast of water, meaning it's a water type. I know, big shocker. Suicune can be encountered if you chose Charmander as your starter Pokemon. Suicune is easily my favorite of the trio for many, many reasons. First, its stats. They're definitely the most well-balanced of the three beasts, and both of its defenses are at 115. Suicune can tank hits and shrug off attacks like they are nothing. Secondly, it is, bar none, the best user of Calm Mind out of the trio. All three can use Calm Mind, but Suicune uses it the best. No questions asked. Calm Mind Suicune was one of the competitive kings back in the days of Generation 3 competitive battling. And while it's not nearly as dominant as it once was, it's still a force to be reckoned with. If I did have one complaint about Suicune, and this is really nitpicking, it's the fact that it lacks recovery outside of rest. But even still, Suicune is magnificent. There is a reason that it is so highly regarded even to this day. Alright, with the bios out of the way, now is the time for us to hunt Raikou. What makes tracking down the legendary beasts so difficult is the fact that they are constantly roaming. Whenever you enter a new area or a building, their location will switch randomly to another. Needless to say, it took some doing before I finally managed to track Raikou down. But when you do track them down, it's relatively easy to see where they will appear. Of course, getting them to appear in the same area you are can be a little difficult. Well, take a look at this! Only 2 encounters before I met up with you, Raikou. At last, we meet face to face. Here's the deal. Catching the legendary beasts is no easy task, as they will run away at first notice. To make matters worse, each of them know Roar. So if you attempt to trap them, they'll just use Roar and cause you to run away. And what makes matters worse is that there is a glitch involving both Raikou and Entei. If they use Roar on your Pokemon, causing you to flee the battle, they will no longer appear on the map. For some reason, this isn't the case with Suicune. One other thing I should mention is that they will retain any damage that is inflicted on them. And if you accidentally KO them, they are gone for good. For this reason, I recommend you use the Master Ball on this occasion. Because now we don't have anything to worry about. Isn't that nice? And there we have it. Raikou has been captured. Checking out its data, Raikou, the Thunder Pokemon. This Pokemon races across the land while barking a cry that sounds like crashing thunder. Well, that's it. We've pretty much completed every major task in the entire game. There are a few other legendary Pokemon you can capture, but they are only accessible via events. Events that ended a long, long time ago. As such, I think this is an excellent place for us to stop. Once again, I want to thank all of my viewers who watched this playthrough, because oh boy did I have fun playing through this game again. I also want to thank my actors who generously donated their time. You know who you are, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to thank my trusty team of Pokemon that journeyed with me throughout this epic adventure. I think the only thing left for us to do is withdraw Pidgeot and head on over to Celadon City, because I believe there's something special for us to do. So we're going to take a quick detour over to Celadon City, and we want to head into the Celadon Mansion right here. Somewhere in this mansion is a dude who will give us something nice if we have completed our Kanto Pokedex. At least I think that's the case in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I know it is in Red, Blue, and Yellow. Yes, indeed, we have completed our Pokedex. Now take a look at that certificate. Doesn't it look fancy? It even has a cute illustration of an Oddish and a Diglett. So that's a nice little endgame prize for completing the Pokedex. And on that note, I think now is the time to officially end the project. To all of my actors and everyone who watched this playthrough, thank you. And remember, gotta catch 'em all.